Howdy ho, Arkansas Pilgrim here again with a different kind of project today. I'm going to be making a cat litter scoop, which sounds kind of maybe a waste of time. They're pretty cheap, but we actually couldn't find one. They were out at the store we usually shop at, and there was this local dollar type store. They didn't have one either, so I'm actually going to make one using a wire bending jig that I have that's been hanging up uh, on my tool wall for a while, but I don't know if I've ever actually used it. So hey, let's give it a shot. All right, I'm going to be using a piece of wire. It's basically very similar to coat hanger wire. It's just some stuff I had left over. I think I pulled it out of a like an umbrella, like a umbrella that you use on a deck, like a beach umbrella type thing. I've got several of these. If it was really critical, I would measure out and use very close to the exact amount of wire, so that I would waste very little. But instead, what I am going to do is I'm picking one that I've got a piece that I know is plenty big enough, and I'm going to start at the middle because the whole thing's symmetrical, and I'm just going to start at the middle and go from there, and then I'll trim off any excess at the end. And the middle just happens to be, let's see, how long is this? This is actually, it's like 39 inches long, so that's 19 and a half. That's right there. Okay. Instead of making a kitty litter scoop, which basically is shaped kind of like a cheese slicer, and you got a handle. It looks like a Y, like a slingshot or a pea shooter, whatever you can call it. And I've got this wire bending jig. It's got different slots to hold wire, and then you can bend corners or put these pins in different places to make curves. What I'm going to do first is just make the bottom of the handle, and actually probably help to have stuff out of the way. And but here we go. Oops, got a bend in there that I didn't want, at least not yet. Okay, there's the first bend. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the handle a certain distance, and then I'm going to put a twist in it to hold it. I actually saw that on some Instructable, I think, that had how to make wire kitchen tools and stuff. I think I actually printed that out. There we go. I guess that's good enough. I know what I'll do. When I use the vise bending jig, and there we go. Let's get about a 45 in there. Let's try to put this at the same spot. About right? Yeah, that's okay. There we go. Let's see what happens here. I'm just going to try to go ahead and just twist this. There we go. Handle, not real pretty. Now it's back there, and I'm not doing this very well. Well, okay, now let's put it here and bend 90-degree in it there.
90 degree there. Let's do another, since these got this clamp in the way, but hey. There. Since it's for a scoop. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and twist these by hand to go out 90 that way. Oops. And I got these bins I put in it when I was doing the hand twist. Let's get those out. Now, let's do here. Get it away from this clamp. That'll be about right. Let's do it there. Let's do about right. About a finger length. That'll work. There we go. We have a basic, not real pretty, but not bad for first time, I guess. I can go through and just use a pair of pliers or maybe the hammer on it. Well, let's just try it out. Gonna square that off, straighten that out, get them even. It's a little lopsided. It's a little, but hey, it's for scooping cat poop. How complicated does it have to be? So I'm just going to bend it down, then we can make a little bit of a curve in the middle, kind of by hand, and wow, actually turned out to be about exactly the length I needed. Only one more thing to do now. Now I've taken a piece of hardware cloth, which, you know, kitty litter will go through, and I've cut it out about the right size. And I actually had to make some adjustments because I'd marked this and then I ended up cutting it the wrong width anyway, so I had to shorten this and actually even it up a little bit. I didn't care about that before, but I do now because it wasn't going to fit. And I just stick that through there. Get it to the back here. Get close to the, you know, back it up a little. Let's see, where do we want it to come out as? Let's just have it go through there, which is go through there. Yeah. Here we go. And I'm just going to take, we'll see how this works. Gonna have to do this a little manually without the jig. And just bend that so it doesn't come off. Get this back. Hold. Stretch it a bit more. There. Thought I had it. There we go. And then I think this will get it bent over. Assuming there. It's not bent far enough to be able to squeeze flat. It's bent at a 90. There we go. push that flat. Yeah. Slipped out a little bit there. With a little bit of corrective bending here and there just to keep it under. That should work fine. There we go. Not beautiful, but functional. And this needs to be a straight edge, since it's going to be a scoop, but I think it'll work that way. May have to actually, I'll probably put some zip ties here. So, because it's kind of straightening out instead of staying with the curve. And maybe even curve it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, got a couple zip ties on to hold it in place. Last couple things I'm going to do is I've got some bare edges down here. I'm going to fold those up just using my hands in the gloves. And also I'm going to fold this back just to make this a little more rigid. Just 'cause it's supposed to be a scoop, but it's kind of flexible. You kind of want it flat, so we'll see how that works out. But let me get my glove back on. I had to turn the camera on, and it's these are just to keep from somebody getting their finger poked, which they probably will anyway, but hey, I doubt it shouldn't be messing around with it anyway at this end. Go. On this end, gonna take this ruler and hey, let's get this out of the way. Since it's the only clear spot on my bench, well, relatively clear. Gonna take that and just. Well, yeah, works like a charm. There we go. Just got a bend started. Yeah. There. And gonna. There we go. Redneck kitty poop scooper. Of course, I guess a redneck kitty poop scooper would probably be your hand. But hey, so this is one step above that. All right, hey, do what you can with what you have where you are. God bless y'all. See you next time.